The big stars. Oh, and I did not forget. Really practice. I want to do it when you're right. Please, let's make them. What?
Councillors to second down. Second down, councillors. We are starting the meeting now. Chair. Take your seats. To start taking councillors. The city manager them to as required. City manager.
Greetings to you, His Worship the Mayor in absentia, Deputy Mayor, Whip of Council, honorable members of this House, ngikhuleke kumakhosi asendlunkulu, amakhosi esizwe, ngibingelela ngokuthobeka kuwo. Ngibingelele amalunga omphakathi angaphakathi kulendlu. Ngiphinde ngibingelele namalunga omphakathi akanye nathi kulomhlangano ngobuxhakaxhaka bemshini yesimanje manje. Greetings to the members of the media who are with us here. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
I wish to read the notice of the meeting. All members of EThekwini Council, in terms of section 29, subsection 1 of the Local Government Municipal Structures Act number 117 of 1998 as amended and as per the directive by the Speaker. Members are hereby notified that the June ordinary meeting of the EThekwini Municipal Council will now be convened on Tuesday, the 7th of July, 2026 at 10 o'clock in Inkosi Albert Luthuli International Convention Center on number 45 Bramfisher Road, Durban. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, City Manager. I will now request all council members, members of the public to rise for the singing of the national anthem. Let's all rise. Let's take a few seconds. Thank you. You may take your seats. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much. Let me take this opportunity to officially welcome all of you, council members. I also want to acknowledge the presence of the members of the public and thank them very much for taking your time to come and be part of this meeting. We really appreciate your presence as the EThekwini Council. Who are part of the meeting and those who could not make it to today's meeting. Siyahlonipha kakhulu kumakhosi akithi. Sifisa futhi noku-acknowledge presence ka-City Manager Mr. Mpele Sibonge nawo wonke ama-officials umkhandlu asuka kuma-department ahlukahlukene. Siyawemukela, siyabonga kakhulu ngokukhona kwabo. I do also want to single out and acknowledge our sign language interpreters that are doing a very great job for council. We also want to welcome you and thank you very much for the good work we are doing for the council meeting. Our meeting, councillors, is now officially open. You are all welcome. We are guided by the order of procedure in our council agenda, which is on page 4. We are now going to move to item 4. No, item 5, which are the official announcements. I will request your attention, councillors, as I read these announcements. The Municipal Council extend its appreciation to the leadership, both politically led by His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Cyril Klaba, and the team from the Office of the City Manager for all the support and dedication shown over the repatriation process that the city handled with such an efficiency. Council congratulate the Economic Development Department for successful hosting the 2026 Hollywood Durban July event over the weekend, which saw thousands of visitors into the city. The event was yet another proof that Durban is the best tourism destination and the best in hosting events. All councillors that have not submitted back signed beneficiary registers from the 2025 Senior Citizen Program are urged to urgently submit to the Office of the Speaker the said outstanding beneficiary registers. Councillors are encouraged to conduct themselves with dignity and decency during the council proceedings and in compliance with the expectations in terms of the councillor's code of conduct. We also want to take this opportunity to congratulate all councillors that have celebrated their birthday in the month of July 2026. Those are the official announcements, councillors. Item 6 is the Speaker's report. Again, I will request your attention as I read the report, of which I believe it has been circulated. We always want to remind the council members that this report is tabled before council in line with the rules of order by law of 2014, which makes provision that as part of the order of business or council meeting, the Speaker may table a report advising on key activities undertaken by the municipality over the month and or any changes impacting the municipal council. It is being noted that end of June marks the end of the financial year. The report will outline key activities undertaken over 2025-2026 financial year. On council governance, council established committees in line with relevant statutory provision to support the work of council and ensure effective and efficient decisions making by council. All established Section 79, Section 80, statutory and administrative committees are operational. Over the last financial year, 2025-2026, almost all the above mentioned committees, mentioned committees led by the principal committee, which is the executive committee, have been functional in ensuring that council efficiently carries out its legislative function. With the efficiency of all committees, council has been able to consider statutory matters within legislated timelines such as the adjustment budget, budget reviewal of the integrated development plan, the IDP, the appointment of Section 56 managers, reporting directly to the city manager, and the annual report. Of the statutory matters, council considered and supported decisions linked to the municipality strategic priorities, such as the award of a property rate rebates of 50% to Esteem Development PTT Ltd and 60% to Cedar Point PTT Ltd for the fixed period of 3 years. The incentives being in line with the economic development incentive policy. The approval of the request pertaining to the prioritize for the hard person plan is supported by the neighboring development program in the EThekwini Municipality, with the following led project being prioritized for neighborhood development partnership grant NDPG funding. Kominyandu Underpass Link Road, Kominyandu Internet and MT network, civic and government precinct, Tonto Zulu Township High Street Development, Kominyandu Social Housing Development, Kominyandu Railway Stations and taxi and upgrade. With the prevalence of water shortages, council supported the request for authority to enter into a memorandum of understanding between EThekwini Municipality and the Engineers Without Borders, South Africa, to foster strategic collaboration in supporting the Water Directorate with engineering education and enhance community infrastructure to deliver by equipping students, professionals, and institutions with skills and platform necessary to sustain solutions with communities. It is also supported the allocation of grant in aid funding to 111 organizations that successfully met the grant in aid allocation criteria, and that Director Social and Community Development facilitate the process of allocating the approved budget amount of 5.5 million, 5,500,000 rand for the purpose of awarding 111 organizations that were successfully approved for the 2025-2026 Sandra Grant in aid. Council also supported the reviewed corporate development strategy into driving the growth and sustainability of cooperatives. As it recommended, it focused on enhancing engagement, developing skills, and improving resource accessibility. This should be achieved through a tailored training and collaboration with stakeholders. Notwithstanding the achievement by the municipality, it has been noted, however, that there have been slight challenges with convening of some committee meetings. With let the forum be for the said committees not meeting as required. Council members are reminded and urged to comply with the responsibilities of attending council committee meetings, since the non-attendance has ripple effects on the functionality of municipal council. It is further noted that the current term of office is just about to terminate in less than 5 months. However, to avoid a vacuum in terms of governance, the decision-making process, members are here reminded that they will be accountable as councillors or as council members until the new council is formally elected. Councillors are encouraged to carry on upholding their responsibilities until the end of the term. All committees as part of council committees have also been operational over the financial year, and COGTA has continuously undertaken a quarterly assessment over these committees. Arising from the COGTA quarterly assessment, the below is an assessment outcome in terms of our performance on Q1, which is July to September. We were sitting at 59%, which are 47 ward committees. Q2, we're sitting at 46%. Then in 2026, Q3, which is January to March, we're sitting at 72%. We are still waiting for the results or the outcome of the assessment for Q4. It should be noted that the term of office for all committees is the same as that of the municipal council. Therefore, these committees shall remain operational until the next municipal council is declared. All councillors are urged to ensure that all committees also uphold their respective responsibilities until the end of the term. On changes in the municipal council, council to note that actually the council has 4 vacancies arising from resignation or termination of party members for the following members. Councillor Sikhona Cele, a PR councillor from the Democratic Alliance. Councillor Mohammed Ismail, a PR councillor from Active Citizen Coalition. Councillor Tony, a ward councillor from Ward 61 from the Democratic Alliance. Councillor Andile, a PR councillor from Abantu Boto Congress. It should be noted that with the date of the local government election have been confirmed to be the 4th of November 2026. The Independent Electoral Commission, the IEC, has confirmed that in line with the relevant elections provision, there are no election that will be convened before the election. This implies that Ward 61 currently has no ward councillor. Given the above, and to avoid in terms of Ward 61 committee members, as a Speaker of Council, I will oversee the said ward until the next ward councillor is declared after the 4th of November. The other councillors' vacancies shall be filled once confirmed by the IEC. Yeah, thank you very much, councillors, for listening. It was a little bit long report. We have to cover all these items in terms of rules. Now, we are now moving to item 7, which are the applications for the leave of absence. The city manager, Mr. Mpele, will read the leave of absence that we have received. City manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The first application for leave of absence is from Inkosi Inkosi Esimlaba, who's not available today due to personal commitments. Councillor G.M. Gasa, personal commitments. Councillor S.B. Buthelezi, personal commitments. The following councillors are indisposed. Councillor Imgadi, Councillor R.P. Mbonambi, Councillor M.A. Mkize. Councillor J. Popat, not available due to personal commitments. Councillor R. Maharaj,
personal commitments, Councillor F. Christopher, indisposed. The following councillors are going to arrive late if they have not arrived already. Councillor Chinjovu will arrive late. Councillor Z. Kuzwayo will arrive late. Councillor B. Shabane will arrive late. Councillor Y. Govender, indisposed. Councillor A. Kisun, indisposed. Councillor VC Kaba. The following councillors available due to personal commitments. Councillor PP, Councillor Esop, Councillor Z Mwango. Then Councillor Mila is away on municipal business. Then the following councillors will arrive late. Councillor Barbara Fortain, Councillor Jovu, and I do see that Councillor Sishange has already arrived. So I'm gonna skip that one. She was set to arrive late. Councillor Baskin request to leave at 13:30. Councillor Eyesight, indisposed. Councillor Eskumete, indisposed. Councillor Inkosi, not available due to personal commitments. And the following councillors are also not available due to personal commitments. Councillor Nxumalo, Councillor M. Tusi, Councillor Z. Kuzwayo. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manager. Councillors, I have the leave of absence. Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Speaker. Councillor Esingema is on personal commitment and Councillor N. Kuboni is indisposed. Thank you, Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I see there are some few hands. Then Councillor, you can speak.
Thank you, Speaker. Councillor M. Ndlovu requesting to leave at 1. Councillor B. Dlamini and Bim Somi to request to leave at 3:30. And Staff Gabela is indisposed. Nzondi will arrive late. Natalie Webster to request to leave at 2.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Speaker. Reporter Councillor Mhlaba is not well. Thank you.
And Councillor Hlenga.
Thank you, Speaker. Councillor Mchunu is not available on personal commitment.
Is Councillor Ndlela.
Umchunu lo ngabuyanga ewadini.
Cela ukureporta uKhansela uSkhakhane indisposed.
Thank you. Chief Whip.
Greetings, Somlomo. Then may I report to Councillor Sveshe indisposed? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. With the addition on the list of the leave of absence, they all approved. Does someone want to speak? Councillor Mwangwe?
Thank you, Speaker. May I report Councillor Ngongo will be leaving at 3 o'clock. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. They're all agreed, councillors? Thank you very much. Let's proceed. Item 8. Any councillor or any member of council want to declare interest? Item 8, declaration of interest.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, yes, councillor.
Morning, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to declare an interest on the Ethics Committee report. Councillor De Boer, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Item 9, we are on minutes. There are 2 sets of minutes. The first. No. It's again for the comment. 29th of May, right? So. Yeah. Apologies for that. I was still consulting with the team. They are, in fact, there are two sets of meeting minutes for the meeting that was on the 29th of May. Remember that on the 29th of May was the special meeting where we're dealing with budget. The later in the day with our ordinary council meeting. Hence, we have two sets of minutes for the same dates. Now we'll start with a special meeting, which is the budget meeting. Now, if you compare those minutes, the pickup document is for the ordinary council meeting, and that document is for the special council meeting that we're dealing with now. What we'll do, I will invite councillors who want to make corrections from page 6737. The last page is 6857. You just raise your hand, refer us to a page and the paragraph and the corrections you want to make. Now, if there are no corrections, councillors, we will invite councillors if they want to councillors is the first set of minutes. All of you have got a copies, may have the hand, then move for the adoption. Then move for the first set of the special meeting. Councillor Njangase.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I move for the adoption of the minutes. Thank you.
May I have the seconder?
Thank you, Speaker. I second it.
The unit have been moved and seconded. Any matters arising from the first set of minutes? Any matter arising on the first set of minutes? Thank you. Let's move now to the second set for the on the same day, which is the ordinary council meeting. We start from 6527, the first page. The last page is 6736. Any correction, councillors? Any corrections? If there are no correction, then move for the adoption. You make the mover. You have the hand and move for the adoption of the minutes. Let's maintain order. Order. Hello, Mazimu. Hello, Speaker. Hello. Thank you for that. Any seconder? Any seconder? Councilor Mbambo. Minutes have been moved and seconded. Any matters arising from meeting of the ordinary council meeting? Any matters arising? No matters arising. Thank you very much for that. Now we'll now move to the we'll do committee later. Yeah. Because the last set is for the in committee. We'll deal with the in committee later, councillors. Let's proceed with our meeting. Now we are on item 11, which are questions in terms of section 27.
Speaker.
Yes.
Minutes of the 4th of July,
Of the 4th.
4th of June. For the ordinary, not the incoming.
I don't have those minutes here.
Nance. Ile.
Yeah. Only in the committee. Cindy? Approaches council, let me consult a little bit with my team.
Cindy. Let's allow my minutes. I'm glad for ordinary.
Yeah. No, thank you very much, City Manager. Councillors had no copies of the minutes for the council meeting that was on the 4th of June. This is the meeting, this was on visual platform, the 4th of June. Let's give those councillors 6737 to 6858. Corrections? If you want to make any corrections, please raise your hands and refer us to a page. Councillor Kwala?
Sibonga somlomo sibingelele. I think ikumele silungise lapha page 6765.
6765.
Yes. Lapha kule reference back. Again ukhansela Madla, Councillor Madlala
6765.
Ngiyazi udla kakhulu.
Okay. A correction between
Fanele singathi Councillor NI Madla. Sithi Councillor NI Madlala.
Okay, thank you for that correction. Any other corrections? Yeah, thank you, councillors. If there are no corrections, let me invite you and then move for the adoption of the minutes for the meeting that was on the 4th of June. Councillor Jangasa?
With the correction, Speaker, we move for the adoption of the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Any second, councillors? Councillor Kwala?
Yeah, to second.
Thank you very much. Minutes have been moved and seconded. As I've mentioned earlier, we'll deal with the in-committee minute later in the day. We are on item 11, questions in terms of section 27. Those questions start from page 5.
Sorry, Semlo. There's another set on the 4th.
For the 4th?
Yes.
No, in committee,
It's in committee.
yeah, you didn't get so late. Yeah, thank you. Page 5, questions from Councillor E.L. Singh. Is Councillor Singh present? Did you also
Singh is present.
Is present. Okay, thank you very much. May I respond from a relevant committee?
Thank you, Speaker Sibingelele. JG Champion Drive between Luthuli Drive. JG Champion Drive South. JG Champion Drive Central Park Drive. JG Champion Drive between Luthuli and View Drive. Designs and lease environmental impact assessment required This is a multi-year projects, estimates 630 million. Projects appears see budget provision of 2028-2029. Phoenix Highway, Stonebridge Drive, design, finance, 2.0 challenges with the land availability. This is a multi-year projects LCREF projects 2028-2029. Phoenix Highway, Clay Drive, design being finalized, and JG Champion Drive, Drive South. Preliminary design completes, current projects available. 2.5 Champion Drive, South Drive, preliminary design completes, no projects available currently. Response for number 3 is refers to ICM Su above. The other Su falls within the of cases NDOC. Number 5, assistance should be sourced from metropolis to deal with the alleged congestion. Item number, question number 6, sorry. Item correctly marked number 8, projects implementation is dependent on projects availability. I thank you so much, Speaker.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Mvubu. Please send those responses
to
the author of the questions. Thank you very much. Okay, yes, and thank you for this. I saw it. Response, please. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to your good self. The Inkosi Luthuli, the visit. Inkosi yesizwe, sikhuleke amaprosi ahlala lomkhando lapho eThekwini. Ithuba ngiyabingelela kuma-colleagues. Siyafisa ukupholisa kakhulu kumhlonishwa lapha ukhansela ukhulisa ukuthi ngenxa yokuthola late umbuzo yakhe impendulo asiyitholile zonke ngesikhathi. Umbuzo i-comprehensive kakhulu. Asifuni-ke ukuthi senze into ekuthiwa i-injustice ukuthi sikuphendule owafana. Siyathembisa Speaker ukuthi emhlangano olandelayo sobese si-ready noma ngithumelele umhlonishwa ukukhubisa iy'mpendulo as per your guidance, Honorable Speaker. I thank you. Thank you very much, Councillor Khuzwayo. Your approach is accepted, but I would request that you respond to the questions and you send them via email instead of waiting for the next council meeting. Thank you very much, Councillor Khuzwayo, for that. Chair. Yes.
If Speaker, within the next day, within the next 7 days, not the next meeting. I understand that you are sympathetic, but can we have a time frame of when the author may receive these answers, please? Thank you.
No, you are out of order, Councillor. When just questions, sometimes, as I've said, that some extent. Because you're not the author of the questions. Is listening?
Good morning, Speaker. Speaker, just councillors have sent you section 27 questions, which you have responded, and you have indicated that you have sent it to the CM office. And those responses should have been coming back on the 29th of May. We haven't received those responses. So can you please follow up from your office, because we do understand certain things we go directly to the city manager, and you have made requests, but we haven't received answers as yet. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I have to apologize. I have to apologize because council is because the rules of council allows that. Now, when the speaker summarizes and direct the relevant committee of council and the city manager to prepare responses in time and send them to the relevant councillor with other question. Now, if I'm getting a report that councillors are not receiving those report in time as the speaker have directed, I think that is not acceptable. It's not only disrespecting a thought of the mission, of the motion, it also disrespect council itself. I want to appeal to all committee members and the office of the city manager and all the officials to respect council decisions and respond to these questions in time as directed by the speaker. Thank you very much, Councillor Singh, for informing us. I want to apologize for that. Thank you. Those were the questions that we have. I will now invite His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Cyril Kwaba, to table the first report of the Executive Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Sikhuleke makhosi asendlini. Sibingelele amakhansela onke. Sibingelele ihhovisi lamphathi nabasebenzi bonke nabahlali bonke baseThekwini abakhona lapha kumhlangano nabasibuka ubuxhakaxhaka. Sizokwethula lapha umbiko la wesigungu esi-executive. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. In my list, I don't even speak out on this item. Yes, I don't have speakers of the item. Are the recommendations approved, councillors? Thank you. Next item. Mistake here. Next, sorry, I made a mistake here. I was looking at the speakers list. I forgot to invite the city manager to present the item. Speaker. Oh, I thought the rules have changed since I last attended council. As the first report of the executive committee from their meeting, which was held on the 23rd of the 6th, 2026, is the report of the governance and human resources from their meeting of the 11th of the 6th, 2026. Item number 1.1, it's noting reasons for amending contract number 11-31494 in terms of section 1163 of the Local Government Municipal Finance Management Act number 56 of 2003 for the procurement of maintenance and support services for the Human Capital Management System. Committee recommends. Yeah, thank you. The report, councillors, is here for noting. Councillors? Noted. Thank you. Next item, City Manager. Item 1.2, South African Local Government Bargaining Council salary and wage increase for 2026-2027 financial year. Committee recommends. Thank you. We are on page 11. Recommendations are agreed, councillors. Agree.
Speaker,
Thank you. Next item, Councillor Chai.
cela ube ucheck ama-speakers akho.
On page level 1.2.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have speakers here. I'm checking it. There are no speakers. Councillor Chai on this item. Can you please correct that with my team so that as we proceed with the meeting, we don't experience the same way councillors
Ikhona speaker.
Yeah, but angithi problem phela awukwazi ukuthi khona ngoba la kumina ayikho. Wena ungaba nayo mengenayo mina ayikho la. I mean, I don't have a,
Team yakho speaker.
I don't have a,
That's what was sent. That's what I'm trying to say.
okay, that's fine, we, yeah, your name is on 1.3 page 12, not page 11. You're speaking on 1.2. You're speaking on 1.2.
Yeah, speaker.
Okay, yes, you can speak. You can speak.
Oh, thank you, speaker. He supports the item. It concerns. We do understand ukuthi isimo samanje bafane salaries but is people ukuthi bakwazi ukwenza i-living. Besicela ukuthi uma ngabe kuwukuthi kunyuswa ama-salaries kuke kubheke ukuthi isikhathi noma isimo somnotho sangaleyo nkathi sikwenza kube possible yini for abantu bakithi ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi whatever baku-receive-ayo kugcine kuwukuthi kuyakwazi ukuba-assist-a and kuyakwazi ukuthi kubagqugquzele phela ukuthi bakwazi ukuperform nokusebenza ngendlela. Because when we are just raising salaries for the sake of giving them nothing, whereas it comes to the tariffs, it's coming to other things that they are paying for. There is a lot of deductions that they are receiving for izinto ey'fana nama-tariffs and other things. Yilokho nje besifisa ukuthi sikuraise as the-IFP ukuthi ama-salaries abantu awakathi abe nenhlonipho uma ngabe kuwukuthi siyabakhuphulela wona. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Nchaichai. We're on page 12. Mr. Manager.
Noting reasons for amendment 4034 in terms of section 1163 of the Local Government Municipal Finance Management Act number 56 of 2003 for the provision of an off-site warehouse storage facility and scanning services for municipal records. Committee recommends.
Thank you. It was a statement outside. Speaking item, there's only one speaker here, is Councillor Kuzwayo.
Yeah. No, ngiyabonga honorable speaker. Mhlambe asiku izocela sinote ukuthi i-contract sinayo nalabo abasigcinela ama-record ethu njengoba nazi ukuthi ukugcinwa kwama-record kubaluleke kangakanani ngoba kuyaye kuhambe kube khona la kufunakala khona ukuthi siwahoshe siwabeke obala ukuthi kwakuthathwe ziphi iy'nqumo. Siyafisa-ke ukuthi bese sithole noma i-department ithi icele i-authority lapha emakomitini ukuthi kunwetshwe isikhashana nje while kusalungiswa into ye-contract. Sicabanga ukuthi-ke izoshesha ukuthi iphinde ku-appointwe abantu abasha. I-report-ke ngiyathemba ukuthi amakhansela ayifundile, so ngeke ngize ngichaze line by line. Ilokho nje esizocela ukuthi kunothwe namhlanje, akuyona into elikhunyana. Ukuthi-ke nje iy'dingo zethu kubuka sengathi insuku zonke ziyakhula zokuthi ama-record agcinwe. Siyafisa kodwa ukuveza la kwikhansela ukuthi isikhona i-process of digitizing ukustora kwama-documents ethu, which is going to mean in the future we're going to need lesser and lesser of i-actual storage esi-physical. So-ke ningakhathazeki ngalokho, siyazama ukuthi kufacilitate ngokushesha. You know, we've just migrated to new systems, so khona kusamele zithi kuba aligned kahle ukuze kungabi khona information ezolahleka. Ngiyabonga Somlomo.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kuzwayo. Councillors, the recognitions noted. Next item.
2 is the report of the Security and Emergency committee meeting which was held on the 11th of the 6th, 2026. Item 2.1 is the request for authority to demolish and reconstruct Jacobs Fire Station. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. I've got a list of speakers here. Councillor M2C from the IFP, then Councillor Chai from the IFP, you're number 2. NF, Councillor Maharaj, then Councillor Butmeya will be the last speaker. Councillor Tusi.
Uthusi akekho sihlalo.
Okay. In fact, and then Councillor Chai, you are next.
Thank you, Speaker. Siyayibona i-item is the IFP, but we need point sekukhulunywa ngale yokuthi iyademolishwa kunalo 63. Singa-understand ukuthi kwenzakalani la. If probably we can get clarity because la phansi. We are looking at all because as the IFP we have decided to go and look at the structure. Ukuthi there's no way that that structure would cost that much unless nizothi mhlambe kukhona imali yokudemolisha then iyokwakha-ke ukuthi siyakhiwa imali ukuthi ukwazi ukuthi nis-unpack-ke because la I think evela even nje iyisamba imali eyodwa.
Thank you very much, Councillor Chai. Councillor Maharaj.
Thank you, speakers. Lights the cities in areas and what should have been prioritized structure floods. It is cities knowledge that major gas pipelines run through Clearwood, that hidden streets like chemical plants, a fire station to serve as a part of emergency response and community safety. Fire demonstrated what happens when firefighters emergencies in the shortest possible time. Speaker, this item to ensure that stormwater drains are and work on the secure so that we don't have to hear that the construction was washed away by the flood. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. As the committee, we are here to seek authority on making sure that we continue as a city to provide a service of making sure that we prevent and also rescue a life through the department. Kubalulekile Somlomo sibuka le item sivume iqinisothi lapha enzansi kukhona umbuzo oqhamukile lapha kuza kwethu ikhansela from the IFP ukuthi le nketho ibhalwe lapha bahambile bayokwenza lokho esikubiza ukuthi oversight bafisa ukwazi ukuthi luthini udaba le item Somlomo izokwazi ukuthi iqhubeke le project iminyaka emithathu lapha nje kubhalwe mhlambe ngamagama athe kuba kancane la kuthi khona financial implications la kucacisa khona ukuthi inketho yakhona ihamba ifikephi. Kubalulekile futhi uma sibuka le item sivume ukuthi bese sikhuluma ukuthi i-structure.
Yeah, Deputy time is up.
Siyabonga.
Thank you very much. Councillors, any recommendations on the other councillors? Thank you. Next item, City Manager.
Item 3 is the report of the Finance Committee from the meeting which was held on the 17th of the 6th, 2026. Item 3.1 is the investment report for the month ended 31st May 2026. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. There are no speakers on this item. Are they noted? Thank you.
3.2, Honorable Speaker, is public tender awards of EThekwini Municipality for the month ended 31st May 2026 committee recommends.
Thank you very much. The reported. Thank you.
Item 3.3 is the procurement plan for the top 400 capital projects as at the 31st of May 2026. Committee recommends.
There's a report noted. Noted. Thank you.
Item number 3.4, review of the external service provider performance monitoring by units within the municipality for Q3 of 2025-2026 financial year. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Councillor Pester. The first speaker, followed by His Worship the Mayor. Only two speakers with the items, Pester and Councillor.
Thank you very much, Chair. The Democratic Alliance have to express great concern in the performance of these 15 that have been noted. And markedly the fact that 8 of those pertain to Richter, and the total being 510 million. And I'm going to, for ease of reference, just briefly go through them. Blackburn Reservoir, 21.2 million. The Southern Aqueduct, totaling 317 million. The Grange upgrade, 19.2 million. SCADA and telemetry, now that is across the entire city to be able to monitor what's going on in the reservoir, 32.7 million. And then water meters for domestic, 27 million. When it goes to the sanitation, we got the Glenwood pipeline at 43.8 million and the Umhlanga wastewater treatment works at 68.8 million. Now, those across all of these contractors that have been appointed that in most cases do not have the cash flow, unable to pay subcontractors. The people that are on the losing end are the workers and the people of the city. Because as we stand here, driving to the northern parts of the city in specific, which is the of the city, down to Tongaat and Verulam, are those that are supposed to be supplied through these systems, and in the Southern Aqueduct to the central part of the city, and so again, the other part of the city. And I want to ask, when we're going to learn from our mistakes, surely when these tenders are submitted, we need to do due diligence of the ability of these contractors to actually fulfill in the expectations. Because it's easy, you can still go without electricity because you can make a fire to stay warm, to secure food. That is people die. And that is indirectly with the next report that's going to come is our income that's derived from water. If you ask now, you'll get the answer. We have got water meters in stock. The reality is, if you ask people on the ground how long have they been waiting for water meters, and I'm not talking those that are broken that are not being replaced, but water meters to actually meter the consumption, and that ties into the decommission report as a knock-on effect. We notice with great concern, and yet projects that should have been concluded should have been easier, and just another and say they did not we do that next time. It will be interesting which will come in the next report to see those mitigating measures that actually made a difference. But as you said, Speaker, another 4 months and then things will change. So get yourself ready for a change in governance. Thank you. We note.
Thank you, His Worship. Yes, Speaker, greetings to yourself, to all the leaders in this house. Thank you very much for granting us the opportunity. This report is presented in terms of section 116, subsection 2 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. This provision obligates the city manager to monitor on a monthly basis the performance of
contracts and agreements procured through the SCM system and regularly report to this House. In terms of this section, Honourable Speaker, the City Manager must take steps to ensure that the terms of these contracts or agreements are enforced. So what we're presenting, Speaker, here is just a high level a presentation, and we are presenting it for the portfolio committees to then go through each one of the matters that fall under their own jurisdiction. I must say that this report, Speaker, assesses 521 contracts, and 456 of them are at an acceptable level. That represents 87.52%, which by any measure is a good and performance. I think we must give you that give credit where that is true. And of course, there is 2.88%, about 15 contracts out of 521, where performance is poor, and that really requires attention. And hence, we make this information available to this House, the members of the committees, to then go through each one of them. The reasons why the performance is poor are given, and of course we do that so that we are able to learn to avoid repeating the same mistakes in the past. And so all of this is in the spirit of us being transparent, being open, because we use the monies of the ratepayers who want to know how the resources and that we generate from the money we collected from them being applied as a city. Speaker, it's true that, of course, where there's been underperformance, those are in areas that really deserves a mention. But I don't think we should, pretend as if it's all doom and gloom. Yes, indeed. We should not pretend it's all of that. Of course, 521 contracts, some would do, and but we expect the majority of them to do well, like in this case. And this is almost 80%, 88% are doing well. And but those 2.9% that are not doing well, they really require us to learn something from them so that we don't repeat the same mistake. This primary, Mr. Speaker, is that the service we give to the people must be top quality service, and that when we have appointed the company, we must be satisfied that money we spend, the city has derived, have derived value for money. Our emphasis in these days is on value for money. And so that's the only thing, Speaker, I want to say in thanking this transparency, this openness, and it assists us to then be able to track the performance, because this performance is our performance as well. We see ourselves, our own performance, through the performance of these contractors. And they are appointed to deliver services, the services that our people need. Our people need nothing but services, nothing but quality services. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for
Noted. Thank you. Next item. Speaker. Next item is on page 29. Item 3.5, budget statement report for the month ended 31st May 2026. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. On item 3.5, we have a few speakers. Is from the TA, is Councillor Pingley, followed by Councillor Perte. The USA is Councillor Chief Belka, with a minute donated by the Independent. ANC is Councillor Nala. In that order, Councillor Luthuli.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What is tabled before the council is a summary of a long report. At a committee, we raised many points, of which today I intend to make to make emphasis on a few. The report notes that the city has shed at least 9,000 jobs in the first quarter of 2026, taking numbers of unemployed persons to up by to 1.26 million. And thanks to unstable water service provision and a high cost to pay while you do not get the water. Yebo, Speaker, businesses are closing down because of a high cost of operating a business in EThekwini. And besides that, there is an actual reality of a 55% water loss. On top of that, we are also losing 12.4% on electricity distribution, making electricity expensive too. When you buy 100 rand of prepaid electricity in EThekwini, you will typically receive between 21 kilowatts and 24 kilowatts. This municipality squeezes the last cents from the paying customers while it loses significantly on both electricity and water. After squeezing those last cents, instead of using them on fixing those crises, money is spent on, it's not spent. It disappears on the books under a wonderful disguise called unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure. And the IFW is presented to council with this kind of a report with no figures is presented. Look at this report. It is asking us to note UIFW, of which we don't see a number of. And then if you look at the recommendations, it says we must note. What is the number? How much are we noting? Maybe, Speaker, it's also high time over times to UIFW, because the 55% water loss attributed to here said that there are no plumbing contracts, yet there is no value for money on overtime expenditure. This report goes on to say that we express concerns on the 24 days cash on hand. No, the report we went to at the committee states that cash on hand, excluding grants, is a scheme 22 days. The total loans outstanding are in the region of 10 billion. Yet on our safety box called investments, we have fewer than 5.4 billion. That's a serious shortfall. Should there be crisis, we will not survive as a city. That's not good at all. If there were economic crisis, this city living with crisis will not survive. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Luthuli. Councillor Perte.
Thank you very much, Chair. To stay with water, seeing that we've now opened that discussion with the water meters and the inability to look at this from our resources. But I also want to take a word or two or a sentence of two from the Honourable Mayor, and those were top quality service, and that our residents deserve value for money. This morning, and I think so many in this room attest, when they were driving to this venue, they drove through water, leaks all over the city. Now that's us that came earlier, as well as the MK bus that came later. Them drove through the same water puddles. At the moment, it's very difficult to determine how many open leaks there are because the information has dried up. The city did say in the middle of June that we had about 11,000 open leaks. Now that was 3 weeks ago. During that time, the contractors that marched through the streets have not been re-employed. So the water loss figure of 54.55% that stood at the end of May must have considerably increased now because we are not plugging the leaks. We may indeed be fixing burst pipes with diminished capacity in plumbers, because it's also a fact that 2-3 weeks ago in central Durban, there were only 2 plumbers to service that area, while 199 faults were logged on the day, and that's a compound. Last week in the executive committee, and taking into consideration this document here from the finance committee is 2 weeks old. At that time, we were told that plumbers would soon be taking to the street. And I draw your attention to the first paragraph. I'm still on topic. And then last week in the executive committee meeting, we were assured that plumbers in specifically the northern areas would start on Friday, the 3rd of July, to start plugging the leak and to stop our water from going down the drain and into the ocean. Today we're on the 6th. This morning, I could still not get any confirmation of any plumbers being deployed. It means that the army of plumbers are either sitting at home waiting for payment, or the city's plan B to accommodate those under the CIP has not come to reality. But as we stand here, the 46 billion rand debt is growing because our residents are also going to be for water that's running out into the street because their water meters are not being fixed or replaced either. So I have to ask, where do we draw the line in the sand? The city has dug this hole for itself that it's become so reliant on contractors who have not got term contracts in place to the point that we cannot cope without. The proverbial, the tail has been shaking the dog for a very long time. Now, residents, and looking at your Section 71 report, can only be fooled for so long to say that they are getting top quality service and they are getting value for money. Because as of yesterday, no, I'll do it correct, as of last week, Wednesday, they are also now expected to pay higher tariffs for this water that's running down the street because the city cannot put their ducks in a row. So, Speaker, I'm placing on record today a request to the city manager and the administration to give us an answer, and the people out there with the back on the street plugging the holes. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Perte. Councillor Kota, you'll be followed by Councillor Van der Rees. I forgot to mention his name, Futum Fan Plus. After Asian SA, you will come. Apologies for missing your name. Then Nala. Councillor Kota.
Thank you, Speaker. Greetings to you and the leadership in the House. The budget statement reports before us encourage. However, when we interrogate the numbers, a very different picture emerges. While operating revenue and expenditure are both reported at 101% of the year-to-date budget, however, the municipality continues to struggle with the very fundamentals of service delivery. The most alarming concern is non-revenue water, which stands at 54.55%. This means that more than 1 out of every 2 liters of treated water is lost before it generates any revenue. Year after year, we are presented with turnaround strategies and water service plans, yet the losses remain unacceptable high. We are now told that the target is to reduce losses by only 5% from July onwards, despite there being no municipal-wide plumbing contracts in place to repair the leaks. This clearly demonstrates that the current water services plan is not producing the intended results. Without an effective leak detection and repair program, these targets remain aspirations rather than achievable outcomes. Equally concerning, Speaker, is the growing debtors book, now standing at 46 billion, while the municipality only has 24 days cash on hand and a data collection of 153 days. Although we are told that there are provisions made for bad debts, the continued reliance on write-offs is not a sustainable financial strategy. Every rent written off is ultimately a burden carried by paying residents. Council deserves a clear indication on how much of this debt is realistically recoverable and measures are being implemented to reduce the future write-offs. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Freedom Front Plus.
Okay, if you look at the money we are saving, you can see inventory that's not consumed, contracted services like the plumber working, operational cost savings. If you look at the whole budget, we're actually working on a negative. We should not have money in the bank. As councillors are employed to give oversight.
Minutes. What was it, one?
Which we don't have. We appeal to National Treasury and Attorney General's office to appeal to Parliament that we change this legislation. We as councillors need to have oversight to drill down in the municipal affairs and not to purely rely on superficial reports, what the officials tell us on the surface. Stick around, people. For the EWP report later today from the Attorney General. Is dangling a carrot in front of us for R1 billion. They will give us R1 billion if we look up the cookie jar with 75 billion. It's not going to work. Need to rethink that. Thank you, Speaker.
The time is up, Councillor Lang. Thank you very much. Councillor Nada, ANC.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity and greetings to the colleagues. The municipality continues to demonstrate sound financial management and resilience, with key financial indicators reflecting a stable and sustainable financial position during the reporting period. At the end of the reporting month, the municipality recorded cash on hand of 5 billion, representing approximately 34 days of available cash coverage. And I'm not sure where these colleagues are taking 22 days or 24 days. This level of liquidity provides the municipality with sufficient cash resources to meet short-term financial obligations, fund operational activities, and ensure the uninterrupted delivery of essential municipal services. Maintain cash reserves is critical in supporting financial stability, particularly in an environment of increasing service delivery demands and economic uncertainty. The municipality's current ratio improved to 1.47 to 1, reflecting a stronger liquidity position compared to the previous reporting period in April. The current ratio above 1 indicates that the municipality has sufficient current assets to meet its current liabilities as they become due. This ratio demonstrates cash flow management, effective working capital management, and financial position. The collection rate increased to 94%, which is a positive indicator in the municipality's revenue management performance. This reflects continued improvements in billing accuracy, debt collection initiatives, customer levels, and credit control measures. Maintaining the high collection rate is essential for sustaining cash flows and ensuring that the municipality has adequate financial resources to fund operational expenditure, capital investment, and service delivery programs. Municipal revenue performance is currently 1% above the year-to-date budget, driven by stronger than anticipated property rights revenue, high interest on outstanding debtors account. The revenue performance demonstrates the effectiveness of the municipality's revenue enhancement strategies and continued growth in source revenue. This positive variance strengthens the municipality's financial sustainability and support the funding of critical infrastructure and service delivery programs. Operating expenditure is also 1% above year-to-date budget. The primary contributor to this variance is an increase in debt impairment. reflecting an accounting approach that recognizes the potential risk of non-collection of outstanding debt. This increases expenditure in the short term, it enhances the credibility and transparency of the municipality's financial statements by ensuring that receivables are fairly stated and that adequate provisions are maintained for doubtful debts. Capital investments continues to progress steadily with a capital expenditure amounting to 4.3, representing 64% of the year-to-date capital budget. This level of expenditure demonstrates continued implementation of infrastructure programs at improving service delivery, replacing aging infrastructure, stimulating economic development, and enhancing the quality of life for residents. Continued projects implementation will be important to ensure that the annual capital budget is substantially spent by the end of the financial year. The municipality also has reported strong performance in the expenditure of conditional grant funding. Spending on urban settlements development grant USDG has reached 86% of the year-to-date budget, while expenditure on the integrated settlements urban partnership grant stands at 80%. These expenditure levels indicate satisfactory implementation of grant-funded projects and demonstrates the municipality's ability to utilize national grants allocation effectively for the delivery of housing, infrastructure, and urban development programs. With regards to service delivery performance, the municipality continues to face challenges relating to losses within its trading services. Non-revenue is currently reported at 54.55%, indicating that half of the water entering the distribution system is lost through leaks, rust, illegal connections, metering inaccuracy, and other operational inefficiencies. Similarly, electricity distribution losses are reported at 12.44%, which remain above the desired performance benchmark. These losses have a direct impact on municipal revenue, operational efficiency, and long-term financial sustainability. To address these challenges, the municipality has implemented comprehensive trading services turnaround strategies focused on improving operational efficiencies, reducing infrastructure losses, tenants programs, improving metering accuracy, combating illegal connections, and enhancing revenue recovery. The effectiveness of these interventions will continue to be closely monitored with regular performance reviews undertaken to assess progress and identify additional improvement opportunities. The municipality continues to prioritize the preservation maintenance of its infrastructure assets. Repairs and maintenance expenditure currently stands at 5.88% of total operating expenditure year to date, reflecting the city's commitment to responsible asset management and the rehabilitation of critical infrastructure. Sustained investment in repairs and maintenance helps to extend the useful life of municipal assets, improve service reliability, reduce future replacement costs, and service disruption for residents and businesses. From a balance sheet perspective, the municipality remains conservatively geared and financially sustainable. The gearing ratio is currently 17%, which is significantly below the general accepted benchmark of 45%. This demonstrates that the municipality has maintained a proven gearing strategy and has not excessively on debt financing to fund its operational or capital programs. Similarly, to assets ratio is 10.5%, of 25%, indicating that the small proportion of municipal assets has been financed through external borrowings. This provides the municipality with additional borrowing capacity with future strategic infrastructure investment require debt financing. Furthermore, the municipality's capital cost to operating expenditure ratio is 3.03%, compared to the generally accepted benchmark of 6 to 8%. This indicates that the debt servicing cost remains affordable levels and are not placing undue pressure on the operating budget. The relatively low capital financing cost provides financial flexibility and supports the municipal meeting long-term financial sustainability. Overall, the municipality's financial performance reflects a stable liquidity position, strong revenue collection, debt management, continued infrastructure investment, and a disciplined approach to borrowing. Challenges remain reducing water and electricity losses, the implementation of targeted turnaround strategies, and ongoing monitoring will be critical in improving operational efficiency, strengthening financial sustainability, and ensuring the continued delivery of quality municipal services. I submit, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, councillors. The report is here for noting.
Noted.
As items page 21.
Page 21, item 3.6, approval of amendments of to the special rating tariff for 2026-2027. Committee recommends.
Thank you. There are two speakers here. Councillor S. Kavenda, IFP, Councillor Ngumalo, ANC. In that order, Councillor Kavenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the all related items, which is totally different from supporting the budget, which should serve as a political education for naysayers. This amendment, however, reduces levy rates across all property categories, which is highly beneficial to the Mayville ratepayers in the special ratings area. Continue to support the interest of residents that bring relief in these perilous times that have caused extreme economic challenges. We support.
Well, thank you. Time, Councillor Kavenda.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Ngumalo.
Not much to say.
Siyabonga Speaker. Njenge-African National Congress siyisupporta uku-approva i-amendment ye-Mayville SRA tariff 2026 to 2027 as is set out in the report revenue management dated 2026-06-11 to ensure that the levy is dealing fairly to everyone impartially and way that respect individual also is aligned with the approval of the budget, which is dated to the 2020-26-11. The African National Congress will approve the amendment. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Ngumalo. The recommendations on page 1, the order paid, Congress.
Next item.
Thank you, Speaker. Item 3.7, report on dispute resolution management for the month of May 2026. Committee recommends.
Right, two speakers. Action is A, Councillor Baskin, with the minutes from the Independent, then Councillor Mate from the ANC.
Thank you, Speaker. The report the system is working, but the wrong measurement. The real question is whether a dispute was closed on a system. The real question is whether the resident's account was actually corrected, whether it understood the outcome, and whether the same billing problem returns again the next month. A dispute is resolved on a municipal dashboard does not automatically mean justice was done. Residents are not opening disputes for fun. They open disputes because their bills are wrong, their meters are faulty, their readings are estimated, their payments are not correctly allocated, or they're being threatened with disconnection with the municipality that has not done its work properly. The largest dispute are for basic services of water and electricity. This tells us that the problem is not public ignorance. The problem is the system itself. Speaker, the city cannot celebrate this dispute resolution while residents are still forced to beg for proper answers. Action SA requires proper reporting on how many disputes were upheld, how many were rejected, how many were corrected, and how many repeat disputes come from the same root cause. Until then, this is not dispute resolution, this is damage control. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Martin.
Ngibingelela Speaker. Awu 30 one day to 30 months awu 222 295 kuyabonakala kahle Speaker. Sibuye siya 30 31 kuya ku-60 awu-16 kuyabonakala kahle Speaker kuthi 10%. Ku-60 to 90 kuyabonakala. Siyi-ANC siyavumelana ngokuthi ama-dispute ameleleke kahle abonakala kahle. Ngiyabonga Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Martin. Councillors, the is here for noting the recommendations.
Point 8, Honourable Speaker, is the closeout report on the Special Debt Relief Program Committee recommends. Thank you very much, Speaker, members of Council. I have an amendment that I wish to propose on the item on the table. I have submitted a form to Appel.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we receive your amendment. Is on item 3.8, page 33. It reads as follows. Council directs the Director of Revenue Management to attend all service customers, including Sunday debtors and government debtors, dispute that were launched before the end of January 2026 and resolve them by not later than the 31st of August 2026. The amendment is in compliance with our rules from Councillor Madlala, supported by Councillor Luthuli. As the procedure, I will invite President Madlala to motivate the reason before Council make a decision to support or to reject the amendment. Councillor Madlala, briefly.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Maybe let me start the correction in the text there. The word should be excluding salary debtors and government debtors. Excluding, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Honourable Councillors, I plead with you to support this minor amendment. It seeks to give sufficient time to the debtors to mobilize the resources to be able to settle the bills as is. Initially on the report, it was by the 30th of June, which has already passed. We're then wrestling with a suitable date. Then from our past experiences that sometimes when we give time, we must be mindful of the fact that not everyone has savings. Sometimes when such initiatives are proposed by the municipality, we must give sufficient time for residents to mobilize resources to be able to respond adequately to such. Hence, this request for the 31st of August 2026. I submit, Speaker. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Yes, there's a what do you call it, a consequence amendment that follows point on our issue. Yes, so Speaker, let me just highlight this point. I tell you, stop there. Stop there. Stop there. Let's go. So that we are situation. Thank you very much, Speaker. And I can see the management is legally competent because
A closure report that council approved these timelines. We are now getting a report back of whether we achieve those timelines, and now we see to want to change the end date of what was approved previously by council. I would have to ask, once we approve that, can we then continuously change the outcome? Or should one now institute a new policy or a new period? Because we are basically just getting a report back. We are not approving. We're just saying we're reporting back. And then it also then goes into a new financial year because the 30th of June was there for a reason. It was the end of a financial year. So can one now, when the report back comes, decide, well, we're going to change the substantive item that was approved in the first instance? If I can have clarity on that. Thank you, Chair. Chair, before we can proceed, there's a communication things that I will attend to do. The minute that response, and I will contact you later. It's going to be inconvenient. No. But let's allow the right to respond to the question.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, what is being sought here is not changing the initial approval. The date of January 2026 still remains. But what the report seeks to do, it seeks to deal with those categories of consumers who had disputes that were unresolved, who would have qualified still based on the initial approval. So that is it's dealing with those that is being requested that they finalize those by the 31st of August. But one more observation that I want to point out to you, Speaker. If you are to amend 3.8.2, the date of 30th June to 31 August, then it affects 3.8.3 because those dates have to be aligned. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Councillor Madlala, you wanted to say
Kune-item ezifana. Berlin. Berlin. Hayi Berlin, abangahambi, ozela. Ubani la? Ubamba.
CFO,